Oh, and where's Mikey?
Mikey got swallowed up by the intro.
Yeah.
There wasn't Mikey. Then there was an intro. And then there was no Mikey.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bin Podcast After Show. We have our very special guest, Swede. And we also have... What was that? It was... Yay!
Pathetic.
And Phoebe, who is here from the main show.
I just tried to match England's effort in the football match.
Phoebe, go.
Although England has to be embarrassed by their reaction to their footballers that missed the penalty kicks.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Oh, it was just mug.
Oh, hello.
The guy got spat out by the intro. Got swallowed up and spat out by the intro.
Yeah, it's my fun thing to do with Wayne is where I'll say, all right, let's go live. And then it's fuck off. And then I make him do the intros. I can't do them if I'm gone.
Which I did. So, welcome, Mikey Famin.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, fuck off.
Fair enough.
Look, mate, you're just some chancer. Good, the chancer's backed off. Good. Oh, God, we let the chancer back in. Oh, dear.
Oh, here he is.
What's a
Chancer?
Oh, they let Boris Johnson in here.
What's a chancer?
You're a chancer, mate. You'll have to find out. That will come out naturally throughout the conversation.
Chancellor is what happens before you become emperor.
Oh, it's a TV show. Okay.
No, a chancer is a bit of a
wide boy. Bit of a wide boy, a geezer. You know, one of the lads that, bit here, bit there, bit there.
You want to buy some gear? You want to buy some gear, son? Yeah, my mate thought you right out.
It says here, slang, an unscrupulous or dishonest opportunist who is prepared to try any dubious scheme for making money or furthering his or her own ends.
Exactly
so
what I just said.
In Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
More snatch. Bless you.
Yeah, but in the beginning, weren't they selling like fake jewelry in Lock, Stock?
In Snatch?
No, Lock, Stock.
Oh, do you know? I think I've seen Lock, Stock once.
Ooh, I gotta take my allergy pill.
It's a better movie than Snatch.
No, Snatch is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it is. But Lock, Stock's better.
And Snatch has got Brad Pitt in it.
So?
That was around the time when Guy Ritchie was marrying Madonna.
Yeah, and
yeah, it was just a weird period. It was just a weird period in like British culture. You know, Madonna started doing that pseudo English accent. Do you remember?
Have you seen Wrath of Man?
No.
His newest one.
How long ago was that?
A couple months. A month.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'll have to look it up. Is it a rentable movie?
All over again.
Is it a rentable movie or is it on a streaming service?
I don't know if it's rentable. Yes, it is rentable. I know you can rent it on YouTube.
Wrath of Man.
All right, what did I miss?
We're talking about the movie Wrath of Man. That's a Guy Ritchie movie.
Never heard of it.
All right.
Is that Lionel Richie's brother?
Initial release, Netherlands.
I love this. I love watching this. The magic. It's the magic.
It gets better.
It's that kind of magic.
It's got Josh Hartnett in it. Post Malone.
It's a kind of magic.
Do you know what? I'm going to give that a watch. I'll find some moody. I'll find some moody streaming site. And
that's
watch it.
not a 330ml can. That's a larger can.
No, Mikey's got very small hands.
They're good in goal.
At least my hands work, Wayne. Shut up.
So do mine.
Leave it for OnlyFans.
Can we play a little solo?
There
you go.
You having a shred off right now? You want to shred?
If you want to.
Somebody's balls with that?
Even with my broken finger. Look at that. Broken finger.
Now you can just put a little piece of fiberglass underneath it and use it as a slide.
I would probably use metal because I'm a geezer. And plastic is bad for the planet, you monster.
Yeah, that's why you don't have your air conditioning on. Oh, wait. That's why you never had air conditioning installed.
No, I've got my only fan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wayne. Is that made out of? I'm sorry, Wayne. Is that made out of metal?
Yes, no, it's made out of recyclable
Yes.
polycarbonates.
Yes, it should be. It totally should be.
Sorry, I'm just looking for my morality somewhere around here.
It's probably in your open fridge.
Fuck off.
So
why do people dine out on that so much?
Because it's hilarious. So Phoebe and Sweet, I don't even know if you knew this. So Wayne is a moderator for the Going In Raw podcast, which is a wrestling podcast, and they do Twitch streams and all that. I don't know how the joke began, but every time
Wayne, wrestling are we talking about here?
Greco-Roman.
Yeah, double R geezers.
No, it's the WWE shit. But they would always.
Now, are we talking real WWE, or are we talking, the modern incarnation of too much content?
The male soap opera.
Yes, the Mope opera.
Punch Up Theatre.
Punch Up Theatre. But they would always get on Wayne, and because he's always in his kitchen, they'd say, "Oh, Wayne, your refrigerator's open," and like 1 out of 8 times, he'd have to look just to check. Yeah. So if you ever see Wayne in the chat, just make sure you remind him that his refrigerator is slightly ajar. The door is slightly ajar.
Here's what Wayne's going to do one day. Wayne's going to walk in, and the fridge will be open. No one's going to say anything.
He won't believe us. He'll never.
I was sitting here exactly like this, right? My fridge is just there, and one of my guys, Dope, was going, "Wayne, your fridge is open." I was like, "No, it's not. I can see it. I'm looking at it right now." And then I just went, and they gift it. They fucking gift it.
Oh, that's perfect.
So if you go to I think it's Going In Raw GIF and then put in Waymaker, it's me just looking at my fridge. It's pathetic. Mikey's now trying to find it on
Absolutely.
Twitter. You prick.
I didn't know how to find it. Now I know. Thanks for telling me.
Oh shit.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Anyway, Swede, what's going
on? Just looking at insurance company financials. Man, it's exciting. How about you?
Ooh.
That has to be the most dry comment I think I've ever heard anybody say in response to any question ever.
Ever. Well, I've got a lot of them because I look at a lot of financial statements.
But insurance is like the dullest thing going.
No, there's worse.
Okay, what's worse?
What's the most boring thing?
A tunneling machine.
I would say straight up manufacturing, where it's there's nothing there. There's no market volatility.
Product in, product out.
Product in, product out. That's it. And
right, Swede, I've got $100. What do I invest in? Come on, give it to me.
I can't do that. It's illegal for me to give you advice.
You can't do that.
Yes, but is it illegal if the person isn't even in the same hemisphere as you?
Yes.
Right, what you need to do...
A, I'm not licensed in England. B, my license does not allow me to give advice to somebody that is not my...
You need to be licensed in England?
Yes, you have to be licensed in England to give financial advice. Just
stop trying to make him commit crimes on air.
What we do next week, right? If we get a big whiteboard behind you and you just write the industry just randomly.
Okay, can I have some financial information then? Which sectors have been performing well?
Have been performing well? Well, I'm in the world of private investment analysis, so I would say private loans have been doing very well. Private equity in SaaS has been doing very well, which is software as a service. because those are basically turnkey money printers, because they're like the last things that get turned off even when a business is having trouble. Software as a service is your thing that you never turn off, because like it's a daycare center with ProCare. It manages their books, it manages the security of the door, it manages the check-in check-out system. So you basically have to have it on at all times, so it never gets turned off.
Can I ask a question on that front? Is that why there's been such a boom in over here online accountancy firms? As in that they
do your books online.
Yeah,
because that's once they've got you into that funnel system, you basically are paying them a subscription until you go out of business, because unless you're moving one company to the next, they basically are printing money because you can't stop paying them unless you find an alternative service. Well, that alternative service, say if you're just going to buy Great Plains from Microsoft and set up your own accounting system, that's going to cost you a couple $100,000, or you can just keep paying your $1,000 a month.
Yeah, no, I've just noticed there's been again, being a avid LBC listener, I listen to the adverts because they irritate the fuck out of me, and there's been
that's the best kind.
As you do.
Yeah, but there's I can name the accountancy firms that advertise on there because they have really irritating adverts, and there seems to be a pattern of things like when there was payday loan companies, then it was business loan companies, now it's turned into accountancy companies. There seems to be like a pattern of these companies that pop up and be trendy for a bit and then disappear, but they're all sort of like online.
SaaS is so far behind the curtain that that wouldn't be something that would be advertised. Like my wife works for a company that's software as a service that you would never find advertised, because it's a food service management for like hospitals, prisons, and schools. You don't advertise that on the radio, because there's literally like 10,000 people that you're marketing to, and that's it.
Because at the school that I used to work at, we used to just have all of the stuff in the catering department would just be scanned in, you put it onto the computer, and it would just automatically be ordered for you.
Yeah, and so that's the type of software as a service system that people are developing. That once they get developed and once they gain traction inside of a sector of an industry, they have almost no overhead other than paying your developers to keep up with the system. Keep up with the needs of the customers in any changing environment.
And all they do is just snowball within that industry.
So the thing with software as a service is it eliminates jobs so that it's more efficient for the company to do it, because you don't have to manually order. You don't have to have 3 people manually ordering in the kitchens like we used to, where I used to work.
Or you just have software as a service. People to be more productive in other areas, which is usually what happens. People don't usually actually lose their positions when these companies come in.
You're an arsehole.
Into other areas that are making the company actually more profitable.
Oh God, it's so good. It's
such an arsehole.
Make sure you guys are following at TheBinPodcast. I just posted those gifs of Wayne. Oh, I'm using that all the time now. Oh, I'm just gonna be shoehorning that into every conversation.
But again, notice I was wearing the bin hat on another show.
I hear you. I wear my bin hat at all times, but that is fucking funny. Oh, that's good.
Tons of my.
I'm terribly sorry, but you do not have anything on Count Binface.
No, Count Binface. Fucking hell.
Lord Buckethead.
Is that what he's called over there?
Yeah, he's a great
actual political people that stood as actual political candidates. They usually are stunt candidates that go and find where the Prime Minister is standing and will go and stand there.
But there's a different Buckethead than the one we have here in the States.
Yep.
I was about to say Buckethead with the fucking amazing shredding skills.
Yes, because that's the only Buckethead that I know.
That's the only Buckethead that matters to me.
Exactly.
The real, true Buckethead.
The guy who is literally in the conversation for greatest guitarist of all time.
Yeah, he's in the
Oh, don't. I've just
He's in the conversation. I'm not saying he is, but he is definitely in that conversation.
I stumbled over the latest Slash
He
and
was-
Miles Kennedy
He was
album.
with Guns
It
N'
is
Roses for a
amazing.
while, right?
Yeah, he toured.
Yeah.
Have you heard Slash and Miles Kennedy?
I probably have, but don't remember.
Oh, well, they've done multiple albums together. So Miles Kennedy of Alter Bridge vocals and Slash on guitar, writing songs together and putting them out there. Oh my god, it's just
Alter Bridge, isn't that Creed? Creed
no,
singer?
Mark Tremonti from Creed went into Alter Bridge, but Miles Kennedy's a vocalist, as a singer and guitarist.
The thing about
And,
Buckethead, though, is he probably has done every genre of guitar music possible, and he's got over 100 albums.
Who's that?
Buckethead.
Yeah, he's done a lot of studio work.
I have a hard time finding somebody that would actually be better than him, and the only name that like readily comes into my head is either John McLaughlin.
John McLaughlin. Oh my god, John McLaughlin, Carlos Santana, all the old 70s, like the Mahavishnu Orchestra, unbelievable. Like Billy Cobham on drums, like
Santana's probably a little bit less than McLaughlin, because McLaughlin he did genres that were contrary to each other.
Yeah, but I would very much recommend the Mahavishnu Orchestra for that like freeform jazz guitar stuff where it's like solos for 20 minutes. It's fucking amazing.
But everybody loves B.B. King for his blues, but if you ever watched him try to do something technical, he's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's that. My mate's dad introduced me to John McLaughlin and Carlos Santana as a pairing, and they're doing like these back and forward guitar solos, and I'm like, this is just they're having like street battles but on guitar. It's just fucking hard.
Get McLaughlin's Mediterranean album, and it'll blow your socks off.
I'm going to do that right now.
I love my socks.
I don't need these fucking things.
His Mediterranean album is, I can pop that on and it's the most relaxing thing, but it's so good. So good. Like, I have no musical ability myself, but I can at least appreciate those that have it.
Well, that's the funny thing. That's the good thing about like instruments. So even if you're not a great singer, you can learn an instrument. I think I hold the opinion that everyone can be musical. It's just harder for some people than other people.
Like everyone can learn a language. It's just harder for some people.
Yeah. Like languages and like, oh, this is something, maybe we'll do it on an episode like behind the paywall, Wayne. How good is your pitch?
What do you mean?
Do you have perfect pitch?
No.
Anywhere close? How good's your ear?
No. It's terrible.
Very
The thing is, I've got one in voices that's like I can do really low or falsetto. Everything in the middle is shit.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking how do you sing. I'm asking how good is your ear? Can you hear well? Can you distinguish notes? Can you tell what is what? Just by ear.
No.
But I can.
Can you tell B flat from just hearing it?
No.
I found very. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say I'm very good at hearing, obviously, major, minor, and sevenths.
That's what I was getting to. There's this. I found a very interesting set of YouTube videos. It's for like ear training, and it just says it is a and and then it just says, "Okay, what was that?" And they don't ask you what the notes are, but they ask you, "Is it a major seventh? Is it a diminished fourth? What is that?"
Yeah.
And I think I got like a 65-70% on it. And I was like, "Oh, look at me!" So that would be a fun competition to see if we could see who's got the best here.
I'd like to do that because I can hear. Because for me, a major is a happy, a minor is a sad, and a seventh is a wonky. It's like you don't really know what.
Well,
like,
I mean, you're talking about
a minor to me is a horror movie chord.
It's
the something's wrong.
It's the tone. It's the tones behind the chords, right?
Yeah.
It's the ultimate. There's something not right here.
It's like the ultimate happy chord is a C major. Everyone plays a C major. It's like, ring. It's just there.
Well, there's only 4 chords.
Middle C, classic song. Middle C.
Yeah. Sweet. Are you talking about the Axis of Awesome?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only 4 chords in every pop song.
Only 4 chords.
Now, who here can read sheet music?
Yeah, I can.
I've been doing that.
I could at one point. If you put me back in front of it, I probably could pick it right back up.
I had 4 piano lessons, and within the first 5 minutes of my first piano lesson, my piano teacher explained it to me. I was like, "Oh, that's fucking easy," because you just got all the different notes on the stave, and that's where you are. So you got your triumvirates, you've got your main chords, you got your majors, and you got your
But you got your tempo, you got your labels as far as how the tonal that's supposed to be played is staccato.
Yeah. Tempo, your tone,
dynamics,
what key you're in, what clef you're in,
pedals.
Oh, fuck them pedals.
Just like reach underneath the piano.
I'm sitting in one hand just smashing it.
What you're telling me is Midnight Sonata is not something that you could do.
No, there's the first song that my because my piano teacher kind of picked up that I was a Muse fan. I don't know how.
All I can say is,
yeah, and she went. So what song do you want to learn on the piano? And I was like,
Knights of Sidonia.
No, that's a piece of piss. And I said, well, I just want to learn more piano stuff, like the stuff that Matt Bellamy plays. That's like really intricate. And she said, okay, well, let's go through all of Muse's songs, which is really
like 6 or 7. 6 or 7 of them.
Wow. That's a deep cut.
As they say, the first cut is the deepest.
And she went, okay, what's the most piano-based song you know? And Ruled by Secrecy, which is all piano, and then it has a massive crescendo towards the end, and it's all. And she taught me how to play that in like 10 minutes.
Arpeggios.
Yeah, so that was the word I was looking for. So these arpeggios and these harmonic notes, she showed me how to play it in 10 minutes. I can't fucking remember how to play it now, but I was just sitting there going, oh my God, I can do it.
That's the thing. Like most music that sounds really, really good isn't overly complicated. It just isn't. It's just a matter of, will you put in the sweat equity to learn how to use an instrument that you're not fully comfortable with? And that's oh my, look at, as I live and breathe, a pine snake has arrived.
Now then, people.
Hey,
now then, don't do that anymore. That's not PC in the UK.
All right.
Oh, it's all right. I'm from there, so.
Did he touch you?
Ooh.
What is happening? I was just saying hello. Stop it, Wayne. Jesus.
Did he fix it for you?
It's a very British reference.
Did he fix it for you?
Yeah. Only one of them.
Yeah.
So he did fix it for you.
Pine Snake. If he had it done, I'd have had a claim up by now, and I'd be a millionaire. Wouldn't need to do this bullshit.
You do realise his estate went bust and no one got paid out.
Oh,
His estate ran out of money.
I would have got in first.
Most of the estate was swallowed up in legal fees.
Well,
it would a bit
fuck
shitty.
you, Pine Snake. You're knackered.
It's a bit shitty that the lawyers intentionally wasted the money just so no one would get paid out.
The lawyers for the estate intentionally dragged it through court and intentionally appealed everything so that the victims would get as little as possible.
This from Kay in the chat. Jacob Collier's got really good explanations of like the use and purpose of harmony. I've watched that where he talks for like a fucking 8-year-old and then he talks to fucking Herbie Hancock about use of harmony and stuff like that. And it's a very like, it's like, I think it's called like levels or stages or something like that. I recognize his skill and his ability. I absolutely fucking hate his voice.
I saw something the other day. I mean, just in passing, where Plato discovered harmonies in musical instruments of hammers falling on something at the same time, and he worked out the mathematics of harmonies. Is anyone aware of that?
It wasn't harmonies; it's frequencies.
Frequencies. Sorry.
Yeah, he made the connection between what would now say is like sound waves. He realised it was something to do with like a rippling pond or something like that. That's how sound travels and stuff, and how a really high sound has this length of wave and all the rest of it.
And that's and that's where harmonies came from, because you had to synchronize those harmonies like an octave. Like if I play a C,
synchronize the frequencies.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I didn't realise that. I mean, Plato, fucking hell, what a top lad.
He was a top lad, but have you heard about I think it was Portuguese musician, or was French? He figured out how to create a massive selling song in their own country by singing gibberish in English. It just sounds nice.
Would that be Wigfield?
Fucking well done.
Wonderful people. I've had a wonderful night, but I've got a dash.
Well, thanks for joining us, Phoebe.
If you want me back on at some point, you know where to find me. I hang around
Phoebe,
Neil
it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm going to leave you with these reprobates, and don't be the white boy in the chat.
All right, let me Google it.
I will do my best.
All right, Phoebe, before you go, finger safe goalkeeper gloves, yay or nay?
Still on the fence on them. Used some, they've worked.
I would say yay. Look at this finger. Yeah. Push the ball into
stop
the
doing
post,
the shocker so hard.
Back. Came straight back, shattered that bone.
Stop doing shocker so hard then.
It weren't me.
Anyway,
right, Phoebe, go take your call.
Footballer's shot.
Bye, Phoebe.
Bye.
Wide boy is a British term for a man who lives by his wits, wheeling and dealing. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, it is synonymous with spiv. What the fuck is spiv? Is that the?
Oh, Mikey, this is so fun.
Have you ever seen Only Fools and Horses?
No. I also haven't seen the Goonies.
What the fuck you doing with yourself, man? Get him taught.
Oh, right.
Oh, he's gone now. Didn't think I'd offend him that much.
He's that offended.
Cancel culture has another strike.
Mikey's taking himself out to flagellise himself. It's okay, Mikey.
Flagellate or pleasure.
I mean, to be fair, I think all Americans speak English and you guys speak England. It's a totally separate language.
Yeah, but which part of England? You've got about 17 languages just in England.
So how the hell do you guys even knock about and like talk to each other?
We just ignore each other most of the time.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what we've been doing to you guys this whole time.
Yeah, but it's sort of like you were just ignoring Texas.
Pine Snake. Let me
Or Florida.
pull something up. Pine Snake did a northern thing. He said we ignore each other most of the time, right? Now down here we would say most of the time.
No, you wouldn't.
But I understand exactly what he was saying. Most of the time. Most of the time.
I think it helps that we're in such a small island and we've got so many soap operas for so many decades from all over the place. You just kind of get used to it. It's like I watch EastEnders and I know what he's on about when he's on them. When I watch EastEnders, I now know what Wayne means by apples and pears and all the rest of it.
all rest of it. See, this is the thing. You're getting a crash course right now on Northern and English slang. Sorry,
yeah,
Northern
you said all the rest of it.
All rest
there's
of
a T at the end of it.
All rest of it. All of the rest of it. That's what we would say. But up there, they'd say just all. They just drop out loads of fucking letters.
We would just say the remainder,
Oh,
throw a couple of nasal A's in there.
But also Americans can't spell.
Mikey, the British talk a lot of shit for having been conquered by the French.
But so America.
You've got to remember, he's got Irish in his name.
Yeah, fuck the English.
Yeah, who were the Irish for?
Would you like a potato?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like a potato?
You know why the Ireland has synonymous with potatoes, and it has to do with
we do.
oppression.
Yeah, it's a landed gentry oppressing the filth in Ireland.
Wow, it's all coming out now. But
it's all right.
I don't think our population has even reached pre-famine levels yet.
Oh yeah, the Catholic Church got a real good hold there. You're all right.
But you did produce Andrea Core, so well done.
Yeah, but they also produced Jedward.
Reference.
Oh yeah, Jedward. Fuck.
So any good's just completely gone.
Yeah, it's completely negated by Jedward.
Oh, the humor. The humor of the jokes.
Was Jedward a thing in America?
They probably were.
Jed Bush?
Gimmick.
No, Jedward. It's like X Factor. Were they X Factor or something like that?
Pop stars. Oh no, it would have been X
Pop
Factor.
Idols, whatever it was. It was one of them piece of shit shows anyway. There are a set of twins, which the easiest way I could explain them is a Hollywood stereotypical camp Vanilla Ice. Both of them, and they're really annoying.
Take Matt Gaetz.
No.
Make him blonde.
No.
Yeah.
Twin him. Put him in a sparkly jumpsuit.
That's a good point. It's Matt Gaetz and Vanilla Ice's love child.
Yes.
Twins.
100%. 100%.
No.
Get pictures of Jedward up. Right. I'm going to do it right now.
No, you do it.
You can't stop me. I'm in charge here.
For being
you are not my dad. You're a Jed.
Look how keen I am.
You sure don't give Ireland the credit that it deserves.
Oh, they've shaved the hair off. Oh, look at these two cunts.
Hi, John.
Shit, we gave the world the cranberries.
Oh, man.
An entirely bad thing. There are good aspects, but then you also give us U2, which is bad.
Yeah. Zombie was the very first song I learnt to play on the guitar.
All 3 chords of it.
4 actually.
There's 3.
4.
Every pop song, 4 chords.
Apart from Ace of Spades, there's only one in that.
If
you have one really good chord, you don't need nothing else.
Yeah,
well, it's a
every
guitar in it.
Is of the same 4 chords.
Look at these two gentlemen.
How about you put it on screen so everybody can see it?
It is.
No, it's not.
Oh, is it not? For fuck's sake.
Anyway, I got to get running. So
I don't blame you.
I bid you adieu.
Adieu, Mr. Swede.
See you later.
See you later.
All right, he's gone. Let's talk about him.
It's on there. It's on share screen.
Now click
Sharing
on that
is
picture
bad.
down there in the StreamYard. Click on the picture and add it to the stream so everyone can see it.
Sorry.
There it is. Ah!
Look at these two.
What
Look
the
at
hell?
them.
This sound more annoying than the look.
Oh, that's impossible.
Oh, seriously. In fact, apart from that one picture.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at this one here with a heart. Oh, fuck off.
You know what that looks like? The kids of the dude who did that, like that weird Scandinavian thing that became a
Yeah.
meme. Jen, you know what I'm talking about. Help me out, Jen.
Yeah, it's a Russian song. I forget what it is called, but it's
I'm
something like.
going to stop that.
Is my
that-
audio working now? Because I just realized
Yeah,
I had
you're
the
good.
wrong driver twice selected, which is why I yeeted out the first time. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How do you do it?
By the way, can I
I
just
can
say,
find the name of that song really fast.
everyone's audio is sounding absolutely fucking spot on.
Aren't we good?
Yeah, because I used to be a content creator, so I know the importance of good mic.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, meanwhile, just had his little clip on this and strap on that, and
Our first
Now he
show,
got down and funk it.
Our first show, I was laying on my bed with my earpods in on my phone with Sky News as my lighting.
yep. Oh, do you want me to turn it down? Yes, Wayne. Turn down the television, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a Vitas, the seventh element.
Wow.
I
What's
actually thought
What's Vitas in Russian? Like life?
I have
Google
no
Eats.
idea.
Mr. Swede, your extra calls have shipped. Wow.
You know how to pull that up on screen there, Wayne?
you just did it.
No, that was
I
me.
didn't do that.
Okay.
All I have to do is go like that.
There you look. Wayne's gonna be a goddamn producer yet.
How long you been doing this, Wayne?
Only
Podcasting?
Ian.
Only a year and you... Right, okay.
Only 76 weeks in a row.
No,
Only
So nearly 2 years then.
no, but to be fair, I do defer to people that know more than me. I learn, but I do it in a sequential manner. I don't go, tell me how to do this. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. Fine. Because then when I learn to take over the world, you're all fucked.
yeah,
All
we're
right,
super worried.
Yeah.
We're all what do we
Yeah.
do when Wayne figures out how to fucking share his screen on the
Yeah.
first try?
Hey, Mikey, I still won't have Facebook on my laptop.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. We're
I
all
blew up the world and didn't have Facebook.
we're all just fucking here sweating blood. Oh no, what happens when Wayne figures out he can just not need an invite to his own fucking StreamYard meeting? What next?
Jesus Christ. Mikey, what's this game you're playing?
Need for Speed Heat. And that is my
Okay.
Audi R8.
Could you
And
not
it's
got a
an
decent car?
Are you fucking shit? You know what? What should I be driving then, Mr. Sir? Let me go to I will go to the dealership right now.
Okay. Porsche 9FF.
Porsche.
No, fuck off. That thing's trying to kill you as soon as you get in it.
No, not
Yeah,
the
but-
9FF.
At least the Audi R8 is a quattro drive car, so you've got a little bit more control.
It's got a
Then a
fucking,
rear-wheel
Yeah,
drive,
so's the
rear
9FF.
engine.
No, the 9FF. You're thinking of the 911. 9FF is like the 990 brake horsepower, four-wheel drive, mid-engine supercar. Yeah, hypercar, sorry, not supercar.
how much
Oh,
money do you think
no.
I have in this game?
I know
You
what
just
car
said
you
you're going to
mean.
go get a decent car.
I know exactly what car you mean. So yeah, I apologise. Yeah, I thought it was a rear-wheel drive serial killer.
It's the only car other than the McLaren that can come close to the Bugatti.
I'll get that.
I'm on
Oh,
about
it's,
the
it's
new
all, it's, all,
Bugatti.
it's all getting Top Gear now. It's all getting Top
I'm
Gear.
on about
Yeah,
the
we're already
new
at it, though.
Bugatti. The something SS.
I just saw
not
a
the
video
Veyron.
of it. I don't remember the name of it either.
Right.
Let me go
Why
over.
is it?
I think that the Pine Snake, I think that FFX or whatever. I think that's the last car. Yeah.
Hmm.
You come with this thing.
Yeah, it looks a lot like it.
Why is it that?
No, that's the Ferrari.
Yeah. It's
Oh
Ferrari.
yeah. Let me see. Nope.
Why
it's
is
a
it
GT4 now?
that when Europeans make cars to go fast, they look all slippery and sexy, but then Americans make cars to go fast in a straight line, they make them look like a hammerhead shark.
Because it's all about the brute power in an American car, no finesse. No, if you go slightly around a bend, that's it, it's fucked.
Yeah. You
Whereas
look at the
European or
Hellcat.
Japanese. European and Japanese are more for like Le Mans or Silverstone.
Mm.
Whereas American cars are more about the drag race and the
They're all about
0 to
like
60 and a half a second. Yeah.
I mean, I hate to burst your bubble here, but the Corvettes have always looked slick.
Yeah, but they handle like shit.
Not as bad as like a Viper or something, or a Mustang.
They've still got a girder for a rear axle, though.
No, it's an actual RSJ.
Yeah.
Oh, you finished with my car? Okay, you can put an extension up and take the back of my car and, put the bifolds in.
I think if I were ever to have an American car, it'd be a big pimpmobile. One of the big Cadillacs.
What, like an Escalade?
Something like that, yeah.
I would love an old American muscle car. I would love like
an original Charger.
Yeah, 69 Charger. 69 Charger. I'd have to have it resto mod. Or like, have you seen Joe Rogan's
type.
65 Stingray?
No.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but see, I would never.
I tell you what would be interesting.
Even as an American, I would never want one of those.
No, but I would love it just for the spectacle of it.
Well, the Eagle E. The Eagle E type.
Yeah.
Can you imagine them getting hold of an American muscle car from way back when?
Yeah,
that'd be epic.
Yeah,
there's I forget what the name of the group is, but they take like classic cars and they put modern engines in them. And they upgrade all the suspension and all the things. So it's the old shell. It's an actual 66 or an actual 75, but all of the guts are brand new. And people are pissed. Like, you don't do that to that car. You don't. I'm like, no, that's what the car fucking needs. No one wants to fucking have it.
Gas bunky.
No, they have a YouTube channel. I have to figure out what it is. But
Jay-Z or someone did a TV program where they did that. West Side Motors or whatever it was called.
Is this what you're on about, Wayne? You want one of these?
Yeah, I want that, and I want that resto modded. I want all like modern running gear. I want a proper decent paint job, new wheels. All modern stuff like electric windows and power steering.
No, this is what you need. This is what you need right here.
That's a Monte Carlo. Isn't it?
Grand National.
Oh.
The Buick version, the fastest car on Earth in the quarter mile for like 15 years. It was the 87. It only came in black.
The 80s took like the 70s muscle cars and then just put right angles on them.
What was that about? The boxy style is hot, dude. This looks good.
Nah, man, fuck that off.
This is way better looking than your fucking Challenger. Are you kidding me?
Remember the in Menace to Society, the Mustang he was driving there, the 5.0. That looks shit.
The thing is, I liked that until you went to the back end and then the rear mirror.
This is still slick looking, Wayne. I think you're.
No, it's not.
Like a Sierra.
It does, doesn't it?
But if I showed you a fucking Escort Cosworth, you'd be like, "Oh, that looks proper good." Like it's the same fucking mindset.
Mikey, look at a Sierra Cosworth RS 500.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's not in this game. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It was the style.
And
And then also you're forgetting about the fucking early 2000s where everything was a bunch of random fucking bubbles and it was all
see
absolute
that
shit.
Trans Am. Sorry, that Trans Am you just put on there, the
Oh, the
Smoking the
Firebird?
Bandit Trans Am, right? That is basically a Camaro. It is a Camaro. It's a Camaro with a different body styling.
No, but you prefer this than the Fox body, which is crazy to me.
No, I prefer 2 generations before that.
Oh, look at this old girl. Oh yeah.
The Datsun.
Fair lady.
All right, Clarkson.
240 ZX.
It's before that. It's the ZG.
So Datsun, Nissan, same firm. So
Yeah.
Does anyone know what Lexus stands for?
Here we go.
Posh Toyota.
Nope.
No, go on.
Luxury export for the US market.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Mikey, what you got there? I'm not in full screen because I've got chat on slide.
I was reading what's it called. This is just the newer Challenger.
Yeah, that's the one.
I
That's
don't like
pretty.
these.
That's quite pretty, actually.
I don't like these.
I love them. There was a guy who had a putty grey 392 Scat Pack in Guildford. I did the job for him a few months back. I was so envious. But then he said he's a Cincinnati Bengals fan. So I thought, fuck you.
I liked the late 80s, early 90s body stylings. I hated all the shit that came out when I was in like junior high school because it was all a bunch of fucking here. It was all a bunch of this.
The Nissan Micra with bubble headlights.
Let's see. They got anything from that year? But it was just a bunch of just rounded, like even like the ZX3, like even the like all the Beamers started looking exactly the same. All the Mercedes looked exactly the same. All the American cars were shit. The fucking the Chargers and all that shit hadn't been redone yet. So there was just like a huge vacuum of just shitty. Lancers have always looked good to me though. I'll give them that.
My first car was a Mark III Escort RS16i. You're not gonna have one on there.
No, I'm gonna go racing.
Oh, okay, don't mind us then.
Yeah, my fucking
shit German car. Oh, they crashed already. Typical American.
It's got 1,100 horsepower. It's got 1,100 horsepower. It's hard to control.
Oh, is this how you think you're driving Mando?
Once
I'd love to see him come up against a roundabout.
Huh?
I'd love to see him come up against a roundabout.
He would have a fucking clue.
We have roundabouts here. They're just stupid.
Yeah, but you don't even know how to drive without a roundabout. Never mind with. I mean, you're on the wrong side of the road for a start. See?
This is not taking place in Middle Earth, so yeah, we drive on the right side of the road.
I love it when there's another Brit on here because it really just
holy rendering
backs me up when you're a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
I give you both just as much shit as each other.
Oh yeah, but I'll give it back better when it comes to you.
Giggity.
You push back better.
Yeah, Northern cunt.
What is this?
I don't know.
Anyway, I think Jen was trying to say something. We kept jumping over him.
Yeah. So, Jen.
I don't remember.
I think it was when we came across the Pontiac, you put up your hand or something.
What?
The Smokey and the Bandit car.
I'm really high.
Excellent. That's the best kind of way to be. I wish I could smoke weed. It's just
no, eating it's better.
Yeah, I can't do
edibles
that
don't
either.
work on me.
Well, then you can't have them. We can though.
Yeah, but like you just said, it's better. Like blanket statement, completely ignoring the people who are broken and can't eat edibles for enjoyment.
That's because you smoke too much. You went
discrimination.
Just because you went way over the limit. You went way over the smoking limits, and now the edibles don't work. And now it's like, no.
Mikey, just try to be more inclusive next time, okay?
Look,
Mikey,
get an IV for your weed.
No.
Sorry,
Mikey,
can you just put up that comment from Utah Outcasts a second?
Go on, sorry.
Can you just put up that comment from Utah Outcasts?
Oh, sorry, I'm not.
Come on, producer.
I'm in full screen.
Well, don't do that.
The reason why there's so many roundabouts in Utah is a reminder to people that they can actually still get out. They don't have to stay there.
I mean, I get that they're better for traffic in the long run, but here in the States, we actually have something called land. So we don't need to have tons of roundabouts to ferry about 1,000 people in a 2 centimeter square. There's a lot of land, so you can have traditional intersections without too much of a problem.
Yeah, that's why New York's just a car park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, roundabouts. That's what they're missing. Roundabouts in New York City. That would be great.
Yep.
Yeah. See, the thing is, we developed the grid system like New York, and we built a place called Milton Keynes, and it's all intersected by roundabouts, which means if you fuck up and get stuck in traffic, you can go somewhere else by going around a roundabout and taking a different way. In America, grid system.
Well, New York is fucked anyway because I don't even know why people drive cars there.
Well, they don't. They park on the roads.
Yeah, I'm not leaving my fucking shit out on the fucking road, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, it's $1 million fucking dollars a year to fucking get a garage parking spot. I can't be bothered.
But to be fair, New York isn't like real America. Real America is like American pickers, isn't it? They just drive around in a big Sprinter van, talking to old blokes who talk about the 50s and tell them Sprinter. It's a Mercedes Sprinter.
No, we got a fucking Ford E35. Fucking what are you talking about?
No, the original series was Mercedes Sprinter.
I get that, but those are very expensive, Wayne.
They're expensive here as well because they are actually quite good. You should turn in circle, but it doesn't matter in America.
It's like, just think of a Ford F-150, but as a van, and that's the E-150.
Okay. But yeah, American Pickers is a fascinating show because it shows how
much shit people got hard.
Yeah. And how much people idolize the 50s and 60s.
Not over
I got
here.
this car. I ain't draw it for
Have you noticed it's always white
years.
people that love the 50s and 60s?
Yeah,
Funny that.
Maybe that's when MAGA's talking about. I don't know.
To be fair, I don't. Pine's sake, I don't know if you've partaken in the History Channel over here. It's very much.
If I can help it.
No, but it's very much that kind of orientation show, and then like Hunt for the Nazis and Nazi
Hunt
gold
for aliens.
Nazi aliens. Nazi aliens. Nazi
Have you
alien gold
noticed?
prospectors.
Have you noticed though on these Hunt for Nazis and stuff? They never say this was the Catholic underground that got these Nazis out of Germany and into Argentina. They never say that.
Operation Paperclip is a myth.
Pick up food.
Yeah.
It just makes me laugh because I watch these shows because I like looking at the content of all the old cars and the old bits and pieces that people had back in the day. But over here, you don't get that. You don't get people. You don't really get this mythologizing of that era. Whereas in America,
we got Mini Coopers.
Have you ever heard of Lawrence Fox?
Oh, he's a cunt.
Yeah, but he's got a relatively huge following. The same with Nick Griffin and Robinson, not rest of them. They idolize the time before Windrush and the 10 years afterwards, where the open season on racism.
Yeah,
you know.
So 48 to 1960 is the timeline that you need to fall in here.
Oh no! If we're talking about idolization of history, you're on about 1066 till 1989.
Oh yeah, but you're talking about like the fucking Crusades and all that bullshit.
Oh no, I'm talking about well, actually, no, it's before 1066. This idea of Anglo-Saxonism, you know, and all that bullshit.
Well, I live in East Saxony. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
I know.
you know what I mean. The whitewashing of history, for lack of another term, that slipped my mind. It is just amazing within British culture.
Yeah, it's Americans and British are very good at doing one thing, and that's like idolizing the forces, idolizing patriotism when it comes to suppression of other people. British and American exceptionalism is always pushed to the fore, and any critique of that particular country from external is you're a horrible foreigner, and with internal, you're a traitor.
A self-hater.
Yeah, a self-hater. And it's true when you look across the board at, regardless of who it is, like Sam Cedar, who is a Jewish broadcaster that constantly criticized Benjamin Netanyahu. All these critics were like, "Oh, you're a self-hating Jew." Like, well, I'm not. I'm just like looking at this and saying that's a bit rubbish. So
The thing is, Benjamin Netanyahu isn't Judaism. He's just a leader of a country that happens to be predominantly Jewish.
Yeah, but it's a
another
nice
one
hat to hang things on.
Yeah, it's like I have a friend who's got a kid. My friend his family is from what is now Pakistan. His family lived there while it was still India. And his mother is a white woman, so he's of mixed race. And he stood there for an hour and a half and defended Winston Churchill, even though Winston Churchill didn't believe in quote unquote mixing of the races, thinning of the bloodline.
Yep.
But Winston Churchill was the best person, a British person ever to live.
Yeah,
you know, it's the idolization of Churchill just because of 6 years.
it's propaganda.
Is ridiculous.
Propaganda. And we see this like my granddad, my great granddad on my mum's side, my white side, was a farmer in Zimbabwe, and he was kicked off of his farm in the 90s. Because obviously, you know, Mugabe did his thing. He went from a massive 10-acre. Well, it was more than 10 acres. I can't remember how big it was. Farm. They said, we're coming to take that. And I was like, okay, cool. They said they'll pay for you to go back to England. He ended up in a 9th floor flat in Luton. 9th floor flat in Luton from a farm. And it baffles me how people don't seem to see how corrupt these countries can be on both sides of the equation.
Well, yeah, I can kind of understand Zimbabwe's view of it. White people had came in and taken the farm off from them originally without any form of recompense, just like the Israelis are doing with the Palestinians now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't think that's the equivalent. Because the Palestinians were already there.
That's what I'm saying. The white people came in and kicked out the black people in Zimbabwe, just like the Israelis are now doing with the Palestinians.
Okay, right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So in, I don't know, was it 400 or 500 years' time, are we then going to have the Palestinians coming in and kicking out the Israelis from the same land? It's a cycle of essentially violence that we need to break as soon as.
Yeah, I mean,
the same happens in South Africa. They've now got a law where if you've got if you're a white person, you've got a company in South Africa, you've got to have a black person on the board or as part ownership. Now, I can't quite say I agree with the methods that they're taking, but I agree with the aims of it, at least.
Yeah. But do you not see that as a way of manufacturing some kind of racial democracy within workplaces, as in like look at Germany. Germany has they have to have on every corporation a member of the lower lower part of the workforce on the board to be able to say, well, this is what's going on the ground floor.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. I agree with the aim of the end result. I'm not sure if they're going about it the right way. Having a seat at the table is different from owning part of the table.
So do you feel that having a black person on the board as a structural part of the fabric of the company is kind of
Let me put
like
it this way. I think the tables should represent the community that they serves.
okay.
So it would organically be white people, black people, people of Asian descent or whatever, LGBT people, straight people. It would represent everybody as much as possible organically. Saying it's forced incentivize resentment.
Yes, I agree with you on that front.
In the way South Africa are going about it, I should say. The UK, although not perfect, is a little bit more flexible and should, if it were worked properly, be a better representation.
I totally agree with you on that front because I've said to you before, I went to my open day at the London Fire Brigade and they were openly looking for recruiting people from ethnic minorities and women. And as soon as the guy announced that, whilst I was there in a big mixed group, 30, 40 of us, I noticed all the eyeballs just like looking around at like who was there. And I thought to myself, you've already created resentment straight away by announcing that. And I mean, I didn't go for it in the end because I realised I was scared of heights, which is kind of not good for being a good firefighter. So, you hired me because I'm brown and I'm scared of heights. So
I'll just be stood in my truck. Just quickly, Q errors, is that how you say it? Yes, you are right. It would only work if you just ignored all sort of colonial history, and it's not something I'm particularly thought out fully. So I don't want you to think that I'm just being an ass about it. The forced diversity, more because Q errors don't know me, I don't think. So I appreciate it could sound like, or I could be phrasing things in a way that could give the impression of ignoring the history of colonialism.
Okay, check your DMs. I sent you a link.
Yeah, and so, I'll just quickly address another point. Conflating anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism is bullshit. I get that. I get that. The thing is, everyone here respects Israel's right to exist, but at the same time, the Israeli government is something that is different. So for me to sit there and like slag off Boris Johnson doesn't mean I'm anti-English. It means I can't stand a cunt.
Yeah, the Tories are fucking the country over, but we don't think the country is... Well, actually, no, the country is fucking people over as well.
It doesn't mean that I don't believe the country should not exist. So that's where the conflation comes from. And we should always try, especially with Israel, to when we attack Israeli policy, we need to keep it here about Israeli policy and not try and like start expanding it to Judaism or Jewish people or anything like that, because that for me, if you start going down that road,
that is another point. That is another point to raise as well. Just because I think Ben Shapiro's a cunt, don't mean that I think Jewish people are a cunt.
Exactly, and but the thing is, there is also to the point that's been raised here. There are two different things. You can call someone a cunt for being a cunt, but that doesn't mean that you are calling their entire group that.
Yep.
Right. So what tends to happen is, because you don't like Ben Shapiro, or you don't like actually, let's give a diametrical opposition. Right. Ben Shapiro, Sam Cedar, both Jewish people, both disagree with each other massively. I support Sam Cedar and back Sam Cedar. I'm a Sam Cedar fan. And he's a Jewish guy who is very anti right wing Israeli government. But he's considered a self hating Jew by the mass of people on the other side. So why is he a self hating Jew? I don't get it.
Well, that raises another thing. I'm sure we're all familiar with who Christopher Hitchens is.
Yep.
One of the biggest new atheists. He was absolutely anti-religious. However, not long before he died, he had a debate with a Jewish rabbi, a young Jewish rabbi, and he even went and spent the Sabbath with this Jewish guy's family. It wasn't the first time he'd done it. So although he was against the religious teachings in some of the ways, he was still able to respect the person and their freedom to choose. He was still, he didn't agree with the religious beliefs, but he still classed him as a friend. So even if you are criticizing a part of it, doesn't mean that you're criticizing all of it as well.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, there is a lot of conflation, which I think is dangerous, because conflation leads to deflection. So if I criticize a certain element of a country or the government's policy of that country, then someone can come back at me and say, well, you're anti-Islamic, or you're anti-Semitic, or you're racist, or whatever the attack may be. Because at the end of the day, if you don't address my point, which is solely a point of criticizing a policy or criticizing a tactic, then it means that all debate is shut down, because you can't ever criticize someone. Case in point, Lewis Hamilton this week crashed into
road.
Yeah, knocked someone off road, and you had a Labour peer turn around and saying that the owner of Red Bull, coming out and criticizing Lewis Hamilton, would bring racist comments to him. You don't need him to come out and say it's going to bring racist comments to him. He'll get racist comments because it's Lewis Hamilton. It don't fucking matter.
Well, as the English football team proved, it doesn't matter how good you are, who you are. All the good that
English until black.
Is it Henderson that's done it? That fed all the kids last summer.
No,
that doesn't sound right.
Marcus Rashford.
Sorry, fed all the kids last summer. This summer played his heart out. Well, all the lads played their heart out, really getting there, and because of one kick each, they were all end this, end that. Get back to your own country, or whatever it was. And again, just to cue Era's comment, Hitchens was a complete arsehole. He wasn't a good person.
Bad producer K is in the background.
Oh, okay.
Way to go, Wayne.
Hey.
Yeah. So we're just saying.
To be fair, I mostly was just referencing the Propaganda song because it's got a kick-ass guitar riff. I don't actually know too much about Hitchens himself.
Hitchens, if you went on to a religious topic, he could speak sense. However, he oversimplified everything to the point where you were only getting sound bites from him. It were only the hitch slaps that were worth anything. He was misogynistic. He said no women could be funny. It's just not in them. Although he was anti-Muslim, he was also Islamophobic. He was Islamophobic in the case of he criticised Islam. However, he was also anti-Muslim. He, as a growing up in 60s, 70s, whatever it was, he was no doubt a racist to some degree. He just wasn't a nice person, wasn't Hitchens. So your comment was probably about right. But yeah, sorry, just going back with you there, Kay. Did it seem like I was making excuses for the history of colonialism, especially in South African region?
No. I mean, I understood what you meant. I don't think
Right.
you're trying to be like reductive at all. But yeah, I don't know. I think in terms of policy, it's like it's not always going to be ideal the way stuff gets handled in like post-colonial regions, but like sometimes those are the eggs you got to break. It's like at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit if like white South Africans get mishandled in the process of trying to navigate like a post-colonial era, if the end result is sovereignty for the people who were colonized there in the first place.
Yeah, you raise a good point.
To point to the Israel topic, I actually don't respect Israel's right to exist. I would clarify, I don't respect the USA's or Canada's or Australia's rights to exist either. But yeah, so that's what I meant by conflating anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism, is that there are a lot of but by some accounts, most diaspora Jews aren't Zionists either. But Israel loves to paint anti-Zionist Jews as just being self-hating, and that's pretty bullshit. Or to paint anybody who is anti-Zionist period as anti-Semitic.
Yeah. I think when it comes to Zimbabwe and South Africa, South Africa have taken steps much slower than Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe crashed and burned, hyperinflation taking over, because they did say, right, all white people, you've now got no land, or practically anyway. And then these white people, yes, they were the ones used to actually running the farm, knew how to do the crop rotation. The black people were expected to learn it there and then, as if it just magically happen, which I think we'll all agree it's not quite that easy. And the Zimbabwe government didn't put anything into place to actually help the new farmers. South Africa has been a gradual transition. So 2 case studies that, although had the same goals to rebalance power, with the exception of the corruption that's happened in South Africa over the past 2 decades, the ANC.
Let me ask you a question, like Brit to Brit. Why? And I really want your honest opinion on this. Why is it post Brexit? All of the rhetoric has been about trade deals with America, New Zealand, and Australia.
Well, it's not post-Brexit; it was also pre-Brexit. The idea is,
I'm saying, what's going on there?
The cabinet has stepped it up, obviously. Now, I think this part of it is the idea of New Zealand and Australia, and Canada specifically, is they are part of the Commonwealth, but they are part of the Commonwealth that looks like us. The people in power look like us. That's why you're not hearing it about India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, and all these others that are also part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah, or the West Indies.
Yeah, West Indies, obviously, yeah. So I think it's because they're part of the Commonwealth, so it gives the imperial perception. This is part of our empire. During World War I, World War II, they all sent soldiers to fight for the motherland. America, again, for pretty much all my life, it's the special friendship that's always been shoved down us throats. A special relationship. Blair and Bush is a perfect case in point there. So it's this idea we've already got these close friends. We don't need these Europeans. Bear in mind, America buys what 2% of us total GDP, if that. Canada buys most of it from America, and then Australia and New Zealand are really strong partners with Indonesia, Japan, all them kind of countries around that area.
Well, you think, like when you put these kind of things to people that are so supportive of Brexit and our withdrawal from the European Union, especially with the lack of lorry drivers that we've got and the shortages of shells that we have, you want to strike up a trade deal with India. That's the whole reason we've got the Delta variant here. You want to strike up trade deals with Australia and New Zealand and America, but you want to leave the European Union alone. Right now, it takes us a whole day on a plane to get to Australia, and you want to strike up a deal with them for beef, meat. So it takes us a day to get there by plane. How the fuck long does it take for your beef to get here? Is that going to be any good?
Well, there's a problem with that logic, Wayne. About 90% of the lamb that we eat is imported from
It's New Zealand lamb, yes, already.
Yeah. So if we can get the lamb, why can't we get the beef?
Because we already got it here.
But most of our livestock is actually dairy.
No, but I mean the beef that we eat. It's
most of it's dairy. Most of our livestock is dairy. We import most of our beef from Ireland, of all places.
Which is across the road.
Via Island. Yeah.
Which
is also part of the EU.
Yeah. So why would we like? And speaking as not an environmentalist, but someone that works in that field, why would we increase our carbon footprint that massively to get something that we can get from next door?
Well, there is something you're not particularly overlooking, but I don't know whether you considered, is to get it from Australia, it'll have to go through the Suez Canal. To replace what we are losing from the EU, we'll add considerable amount of shipping to the Suez Canal. After what happened, this year, last year, it was the blockage.
Yeah. When someone tried to drift,
really do that?
Someone tried to drift through it.
Yeah.
The Suez Canal is about family.
Yeah, so it's.
I wish Graham was here because Graham would have all the numbers here. Is he live right now?
Probably.
It's it's an interesting problem that we face. I mean, leaving the EU could have worked. We could have been better off, but not with the idiots that we got in control. It'd been easier to stay in and not have to be better off. We were just tumbling along nicely.
I think the problem we've got is that the British electorate are not informed enough, and I will say that I was not informed enough to have a say to say that I would be preferable to be out. I didn't know enough, so I voted to remain because I literally did not know enough. So I'd like just keep shit the same, and we'll figure it out later on. And I think there was too many people that were propagandized to say, "Oh no, we need to get out because I know better." I'm like, well, I don't know better, so no, fuck it, I'll just stay here. I'm all right.
If it was done properly, where we could have still remained kind of a part of the EU, but not in the EU, like Switzerland is and Norway.
What you mean, like Norway and Sweden? It'd be nice to have someone to talk about that.
Yeah. And Switzerland's probably a better example. Most of the rules are the same.
No, fuck Switzerland. They got guns.
That's where
That's only
theoretically-
because the standing army is anybody between 18 and 45.
Yeah, but have you seen their knives? They'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I've got one sat right next to me.
They will stab you and make you a chicken soup all in one go.
Well, if it's a chicken soup out of your own gut, why not?
And then open you a bottle of wine.
Yeah. And take a stone out of your foot.
And do your nails.
Yeah. All right. There's Andorra.
And get a splinter out of a lion's paw.
Oh, no, you need to be in Bible for that.
I got you a haircut.
Need to start a fire? No problem.
Fucking Swiss.
Sorted.
Well, let's go Andorra then, or Monaco, or I think Vatican.
Let's not go Monaco.
But all these countries, they're not part of the EU. They've still got the common market though. They've got what's called the EEC, what the referendum in the 70s was all about joining. European Economic Community.
76.
Something like that, yeah. So you got the EEC, which, because we join the EU, we can't then go back to that. We'd have to negotiate to rejoin it. However, if I was in power...
Which would mean, sorry, let me just cut you off there. If we did try to rejoin, we would end up with the euro.
Goodbye, pound.
No, that's part of the EU. I want about the common market, the EEC.
Yeah, but that would still be dictated by the EU.
Nope. Not directly, not in the same way. We wouldn't be forced into the euro.
No. If what I'm saying is, if we tried to rejoin the EU, that would be a stipulation that we would have to adhere to.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't rejoin the EU because we would be really screwed and bent over backwards.
But EFTA have tipped us bollocks already. They said we don't want that disruptive bunch of pricks coming into our bit. Jartan has explained it to us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we had the referendum, we chose to leave, but before the deadline for actually leaving, during that negotiation period, I wouldn't have been messing around with the backstop and just refusing that point blank. I'd have been negotiating to join the EEC, which I believe Jartan's nation's a member of.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how that would play out with the right wing press?
Actually, that's what a lot of them were pushing for.
Initially, yes. What's his face? Farage changed his tune like that.
Apart from him.
No, but he was the biggest cheerleader of that. Oh, we could be like Norway. We could be like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
Stop talking fucking bollocks and fuck off with your German wife and you don't like the EU, cunt.
Oh, well, you don't like immigration. That was a fucking... Yeah. That were a man fuck with that. Don't like immigration.
By the way, anyone who's watching, Google Nigel Farage versus James O'Brien. Have a look at this geezer's fucking absolute lunacy when he's up against someone who knows what they're talking about.
After this stream.
Yeah, after the stream, yeah. And if anyone's got anything's coming up after that as well.
Yeah, so it's... there was the potential to actually make something of leaving the EU, but our fucking government royally fucked it up from the very beginning.
Shat the bed. Absolutely shat the bed. And now...
Well, to be fair, Cameron and May didn't think we'd actually choose to leave, so they didn't actually have a backup plan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Mikey, do you know what it reminds me of? You remember the Eddie Murphy sketch where he talks about the white geezer voting for Jesse Jackson, pissed, and then he comes out and he's like, "He won?
He fucking won."
It's exactly that with Brexit. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna vote for him. Yeah, the black guy. Yeah, he won." It is that. Again, people Google it. I'm not gonna send links.
You can
But
do
it's
it.
exactly that.
I believe in you.
Do you know what? I'll find it. Pine State, continue. I'm going to find the link. I'll stick it in chat. Go on.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
you're not
make-
missing links.
I'm gonna make him a proper producer yet.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
Well, someone's
just
got to produce all the shows coming up on the network, and it can't be
Yeah.
me for all of them. You don't make enough.
What
So
do
I
you mean?
figured I'd get
You make money?
Yeah, we do make some money, but not
yeah,
enough
but they
for all
use
that.
Monopoly or money over there.
You know what? Pine Snake. Getting about sick of you.
I'm doing my job right then.
I just did that one. Let's see. All right, I've got $1 million.
How's that universal
Mikey,
healthcare
what are we
going over in
live
America?
on? What are we live on?
It's up in the top right-hand corner. We're on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch.
All right, can we
Even I could have
drop
told you that.
YouTube? Can we drop YouTube and I can show this clip?
No, we can't drop anything. No, it's going. It's already been set up. Don't show the clip. Just post the link to the clip, and then people can open up a separate window and pop it open.
Okay.
I mean, that's what everyone else does.
Yeah.
No
Mikey,
one shuts down their stream to watch.
Mikey,
watch
I
them
just did another Eddie Murphy reference there, and you missed it. You absolute prick.
I'm sleepy and hungry.
And it's not 9 o'clock on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
I'm the sleepies and the hungries, and our food should be here shortly.
You got what I need.
Oh, yep. Priority. Dude, Uber Eats priority is my shit. It's like $1, and then they skip everybody else and come to me first. I love it. All right, so yeah, my food's 6 minutes away, which means I'm going to go eat and then take a nap. So do we want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Unless you guys can hang out, but
no. If we end the stream, then I can just play this between me and Pine Snake, and then that'll be the end of the evening.
Something.
I gotta talk to the ladies and see if they're ready to do a recording of the BJ Specialist tomorrow night, and then depending on you and Jartan's availability, we should do the first inaugural episode of Boots and Bonnets.
Well, the first and the inaugural.
All girl. All the girls.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Pine Snake and Kay, and Jen was here, Swede was here, and again our guest Phoebe. Thanks Phoebe for hopping on. Phoebe's a delight.
Always.
And if you guys want to be on the show, you know where to find us. And if you want to get on for a certain topic, if you think that we've gotten something wrong, you want to yell at us, that's cool too. But just hit us up. Hit us up, and we will see about scheduling you to come on and hang out with us. But for me, for Wayne, for Brenna, Jartan, and all of our lovely people.
Who?
Oh, and for me, Brenna, Wayne, and Hassan Piker.
What about the chicken?
This has been the Bin Podcast. See you guys later.
Fuck you, Hassan.